Hello and welcome back to Wild Sun Art Studio. My name is Robinsunne. Please like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share with other art friends so that you can share your art together. Today I'm going to do some paper cutting. I am using Ito origami paper. I just got a new pack. And this is really big paper, which in a way is nice because a person can always cut down the paper. Got it upside down. I was kind of thinking of working with blue today, but is there a darker blue? Oh, I guess not. I thought I would sort of play with the whole page. Come to think of it, it is 25 centimeters by 25 centimeters. 9 3/4 by 9 3/4. So, if you're making a journal or a greeting card or something, a person would probably not need a paper cut this big. But I hardly ever make them this big, and I thought it would be fun to try. And because when you make a paper cut, all four quadrants end up looking alike. I mean, they have sort of a focal point. But they look alike, and, so I could use this on a page, turn it to be a diamond or something. I don't know. I just, thought it would be fun to do this. Make a really big paper cut. So, my paper cutting rules are origami paper is one of the best. It's a fairly strong paper in brilliant colors, and yet it's very thin, so the folds that I make can be very sort of more precise. The thicker the paper, the less precision we get. However, in my lifetime of making paper cuts, regular, like typing copier paper works just fine. So I folded the paper once, twice, and the third fold I split in half. I fold the front to the front, then I flip it over and fold the back to the back. This just helps make the paper cuts, again, a little bit more precise. Now with a piece of paper this big, I could fold it again, but then that makes this a little bit tricky, so I think I won't. I mean, if you wanted to do this, you'd be cutting in from this side and this side, like that. And then this part here that's sort of separate, you could cut a little pattern that's only as big as this triangle. It would still work. But I think I'll just do this. Tip number 2 is to have a lovely sharp pair of scissors, and no, not that one, not this one. Sorry. This is Fisker's. Yeah, this is a 4-inch blade. I think they have a 5-inch blade now. I've looked and looked and on Amazon, and they don't have this little tiny scissor. They've got one that's a little bit bigger now. So this is like a 2-inch blade, and this one is a 4-inch blade. Yeah, this might be this. No, I think they've got a 3-inch blade now or something. I don't know. There's something on Amazon. So look up Fiskars, and I think one of the code words, I really should make an Amazon shop, shouldn't I? One of the code words is something like razor sharp, or I keep meaning to save the packaging in some prominent place so I can always tell you. Anyway, and they call them fabric scissors, so put that in your search. Fiskars fabric razor edge, I think. Fiskars fabric razor edge scissors, and you'll get a pair that is somewhere in between these two. So I just like these because they're little, and I don't know, I don't have to, my focus, when I have a long blade, just seems like there's a lot of scissor to be taken care of. And with this one, it sort of brings my focus down. I don't know, I find that helpful. Well, we just had Valentine's Day a couple of days ago. So let's start with a heart. How did I do? Ooh, that's a nice heart. Now I have little hearts to keep us company. All right, now in this one, see, I have a lot of room to do a ram's horn. Let's do that. Let's start it down here, and I'll try to keep the spiral right there. Now on a big piece of paper like this, it's really easy for them to sort of move out of place, so make sure you've got a tight grip. Let's do this. Well, today is the 16th of February, and just so we kind of are clear, the state of Texas is having snow, and I live on the coast of Maine, and the part of Maine where I live is having rain, which seems like something is out of order in the cosmos for this to be happening. But here we are in 2021. Ooh, let's do this one. So I'm going to cut a mandorla. A mandorla is kind of an almond shape, and paper, you would think, in a studio, I would have an awful lot of paper. There's a circle, and you draw another circle so that it partially overlaps. Okay, it's more like a peanut. But anyway, this shape right here, this almondy shape, is called a mandorla. And it is, I'm pretty sure, another Sanskrit word like mandala, which means circle, and mandorla, which means the space where two circles intersect. Isn't that cool? Alright, I'm gonna cut a little echo. Yeah, see, these papers are just wiggling all over the place. And you know what? There's a little bit of a cure for a thing like that. A person. Should a person wish. Part of the paper cut I'm not working on, I can put paper clips on, and that'll help all the papers not shimmying around on each other. Alright, so I could do something here. Not quite sure what though, so we'll wait a minute till I become a little more determined on what I would like to put in there. Oh, so on a video I put out yesterday or the day before, I started talking, and I do this a lot, and I really apologize. I start talking about something, and I forget to finish my thought. So on a video I put out a couple of days ago, I started talking about how doing work like this, when you're sort of planning in your brain where to put the cuts or where to glue something or where to add the little special something or other, it's really it's hard to talk at the same time. So when I'm making a video, and I was making the point that perhaps if you make videos too, or if you teach, it can be a little challenging to make our left brain, where our vocabulary is, keep functioning at the same high level and make sentences make sense as our right brain, as we're organizing where the cuts or gluing or whatever is going on. So our right brain does spatial stuff and our left brain does our talking for us. And yeah, it's hard to just keep them both on a high level. Not that we can't, but anyway, that's why I think I keep starting sentences and not finishing them. Ooh, I know what I could do over here. I love doing this, and I do this on a lot of my paper cuts recently, but I just think it's so pretty. Make this little divot come out of the corners. A point. A finial. Make a finial. That's a good word for it. It's a finial. So this one came together down at the bottom. Let's have this one come together up at the top. I'll sort of show you what I mean when I get to the end of this, if this is not immediately apparent to you. See how easy it is for this to... And that's one of the things with a bigger paper cut. somehow when I'm working with like a quarter of this size, it's a little easier to keep my fingers holding everything in place. Ooh, look at what's happening here. So I've got the ram's horn coming in, and I call it a ram's horn because when we unfold it, it's going to both curl around. And once took a printing class with an African technique. Where was it from? Kenya? I was living in Cambridge, Massachusetts at the time. Anyway, she was the first person who sort of named that ram's horn, and apparently that's the name. Idinkra printing. Is that Kenya? I don't know. Idinkra? Idinkra? Something? That was a long time ago. But anyway, so I've got a curl coming in from here, and I've got another curl coming in from here, and it would be really fun to see if I could get a curl coming in. Maybe from here. Then I can do something else coming off of this folded edge. This is the top edge, so this is the square. The outside edge. A cut edge is always the outside edge of a paper cut. Let's see if we can do this and keep it. So this hand is really squeezing hard to keep the papers. Let's just do that. Keep this circle edge. See, I just did it again. This hand is squeezing tight to hold all the papers together. Oh, I know what I can do there, but I want to see if I can. This is going to be very tricky. I can't even come up with the words for why that's going to be tricky. So I'm going to have to save that till we open. This is another spiral concoction, except that it's not really going in a circle. So I hope that if you are in Texas, you are safe. I hope that if you're in Maine, you are safe. I hope that if you are anywhere where this series of somewhat bizarre and potentially intriguing winter storms has been, that we are all safe. Alright, let's see if I can remember where that tricky part is. Wow, this is going to be so pretty. This is another thing that I do. I bend each little fold backwards so that when I get the whole thing open, I can really see my pretty paper cut. And I watch other people do paper cuts on the internet, and they don't do this, which I find amazing. I mean, how does stuff lie flat for them when it doesn't for me, unless I do this? So all I'm doing is just kind of bending things backwards. Each little fold, I just bend backwards. And then that helps flatten it out so that, oh, I could have put something in the middle, but you know what? I kind of like that solidity to the middle. All right, let's see what you can see. Yeah, you can pretty much see the whole thing. Isn't that cool? Oh yeah, the tricky part. So I was cutting in here this little spiral, and it just leaves this whole piece kind of flying in the open. Wow. This is great. I'm looking at it through the camera. That was fun. Well, my blessings for you are first and foremost that you are safe in the weather. And after that, my blessing wish is that you have lots of arts and crafts supplies in your home so you can stay home and stay safe. I will see you next time. Bye.